Hi everyone, it's Carol here. I have just a really quick video I want to talk about. I know I've touched on it in other videos or a blog post or something, but this one I'm dedicating to it. I want to talk about the reason why I believe Dr. Simeon's has Grissini and milk in the protocol. I've been doing this for a couple of years where I've been helping people, but I'm speaking from the heart from my experience. So when I did my first round, I ate Grissini every day. Loved it. I actually had 2 sticks every day. I craved it and loved it, and I did. But I didn't have the milk. I pretty much I'm not really a milk drinker, so I didn't have the milk. I don't drink coffee, and I didn't need a cream in my coffee or tea, so I just skipped the milk. When it came time for P3, I didn't have a problem introducing foods that were more on the starchy side or the carbs, but I did have a problem when I introduced, yes, my ever so popular cheese. If I ate cheese, I would gain. Any dairy products, I would gain. Even cottage cheese, sour cream, cream cheese, surprisingly, even yogurt. So, Greek yogurt. So I love those foods. I have them every day. But when I did my first round, I just, every time I would try and introduce them, I would gain. And I was very, very frustrated. Then I did my second round, and I ate the Grissini, and I did the milk every single day. And I sailed through P3. So here's my theory. My theory is that Dr. Simeon's did not put it in there just because he thought we would crave something crunchy or we would need a little cream in our coffee. I believe he put it in there because when our bodies do without it for 21, 23, I don't know what the days are anymore, or weeks, and then we go to introduce it again, then our body's going to shock. And that's when we gain. And so I think it's important that you have it every single day in protocol. I can give you a couple of ways to get it if you're not a milk drinker. I believe in whole milk, just so you know, because I believe in whole milk products. So I'm not a milk drinker, so I went and bought some whole milk on P3 and had whole milk. And the reason is because all the non-fat, low-fat has so many additives in it, and all the good stuff is stripped out of it. So basically, you're not really going to do anything if you have like a non-fat milk in P2. You really need to do a whole milk. Even like, a little bit of cream every day if you don't have an issue with it in P2. But really just stick to 1 tablespoon of whole milk if you can. And then you're going to find in P3, when you introduce things like cheese, cottage cheese, cream cheese, you're not going to have a situation where your body goes into shock and then you gain. You're going to be able to introduce those foods much easier. My sister also, when we were done with, she finished her first round when I did my second round. And I would be like, day 2, day 3, I'd be eating cream cheese and yum. And she'd be like, yay! But she would gain, I would not. That's because I had the milk, she didn't. So it's been proven time and time again. I'm telling you, I could tell you, I could, hundreds of people. I'm sure I've done at least 200 and 300 people that have come to me and said, I cannot stabilize. I am struggling, or on the boards, on the forums, whatever. I cannot do this. Every time I have something like cottage cheese or cream cheese, I gain. And then my very first question to them is, did you have milk and Grissini, I'm shaking a stick at you guys, on P2? And I would say 95% of the people come back and say, nope, didn't do it. Didn't think there was a reason for it. And okay, so now you're done with your round. If you're not doing another round and you've made this error, and you need to pick up the pieces. I do want to say too that if you are not going to eat dairy, if you are allergic to dairy, or you just don't do dairy of any kind, then this does not apply to you. It's only if you want to introduce and eat these foods later. If you don't do dairy, like I don't drink milk, I drink coconut milk. But I love my cottage cheese, and I love my cheese, white cheese, Gouda. This is Gouda, but because I'm a Dutch girl. But whatever kind you choose, if you don't eat those things, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, now moving forward, you've made this error, and now you need to figure out, because you're not going to do another round. If you're going to do another round, I would say don't worry about it. Do the 1 tablespoon, if you can, 1 tablespoon of milk, or even a tablespoon of Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese or whatever. Just a little bit of it, or a little chunk of grissini. Just work yourself up. And then when you go into round 2, make sure you do it. But let's say you're done, you're not doing another round, and you're really struggling. I can't speak from experience for myself, because I didn't do it this way. But I can tell you that it's all about making our body not go into shock when it has this. So my suggestion is that over the next, going forward over the next couple of weeks, that you do the same thing that I'm suggesting, is that you have just a little bit. So don't have, a whole cup of Greek yogurt. Have a couple of tablespoons. Put it in, your protein shake. If you're doing a protein shake, make sure you don't do it with milk. Do it with coconut milk or almond milk. But just to have a little bit of dairy, just a little bit every day, until your body kind of settles with it and it gets used to it. Same with the grissini, although I'm not saying that you have to have grissini and P3, because there's a lot of really good crackers that you can have, as long as you just have a little bit and just get your body used to it, because that way when you introduce it later in a higher quantity, that you're not going to go into shock. And I'm telling you, when you get on, lifetime maintenance, and you want to go out and have ice cream cone, or have bread at what's the name of that? Those steakhouses, those good breads. I can't think of the name of those places right now. But you're gonna gain if you don't do this, because your body is gonna go into shock. So anyway, I hope I covered it all. I just want to just throw it out there and make sure you guys have your grissini and your milk. I mean, obviously you need to have your protein and you need to have your vegetables too, but I just really believe for P3 stabilization, it's so important that you have your milk and your grissini if you're going to eat those things later. Now, again, you may not eat dairy later. This doesn't apply to you, but the grissini, yes, because I'm guessing that you're not going to do without those kind of foods. If you're gluten tolerant, eat something that you can eat. Eat something that you're going to introduce in P3. So anyways, I hope this has been helpful. And I wish you guys all the best. And again, miracleskinnydrops.com. There is a page on it that has the contact, and Shauna and myself, we answer every single email. So please call. You can call me too. That would be for Diane. She's my texting buddy. Anyway, you contact me. Carol@littlechoicesmatter.com is my email. Just want to help you. If you've made this choice, I want to help you pick up the pieces, and I think that there is recovery. So let's do it, and happy releases and happy stabilization, everybody. Love you all. See you next time.